Welcome back. In this video, we're going to specifically dive into rich pins. Now, we know we talked about rich pins a little bit in earlier videos, but here we're going to dive into the different types of rich pins. So if you recall, a rich pin is basically a pin that has a lot more detailed information, and they're actually automatically updated using data from the website that they were pinned from. So there's a variety. You can see quite a big list of different kinds of rich pins. There are app pins. Now, these are pretty cool because they can actually be pinned directly from the iTunes App Store, and they just give you extra information about various applications. So using the app pin, you can actually install the app right inside Pinterest without ever actually having to leave Pinterest. So you have two choices. You can essentially find the app and then directly install by clicking install or tapping on the word install for your iPad or iPhone. Or if you choose not to install it, you just simply cancel out of it. But you can do that without actually having to leave Pinterest, which is a pretty neat option. That's a relatively new feature. They also have rich pins called place pins. Now, these have a specific location connected to them, and you can collect them on special place boards that'll show all of your pins on a map. So these can be places that you've been to or would like to go to, and they can be featured on an actual map, which is a pretty nice rich pin feature. There's also the article rich pin. Now, these are really great, especially if you are doing some kind of research for your business. At least that's what I like to do them for. You can include the article headline. Well, the pins actually will include the article headline and the author and a story description that can help you kind of save the stories that matter to you for later, but they are connected to the site that you pulled the actual article from. So if you are doing some research on maybe your target market or something, you can have a secret board so nobody but you or your delegates or designees can see that secret board, and you can collect information about your target market or about certain products, or if you're about to do a launch for a new service or product that your business is going to offer. You can do all of that and do research on it with article pins, save things that you can go back to and read later or look up later, and put it in a secret board. That's another great option, and that's how I use article pins and secret boards, which I know I keep referencing. I haven't gone into the boards yet, but I promise I will show you how to do a secret board in a future video. The next one is a product pin. Now, these are really neat because they actually include real-time pricing. And whenever the price drops, you can get a notification, which is nice if you're tracking a certain product. Maybe you're looking to buy a new bicycle or, a new home or a new car or a new purse, whatever it is, and you're tracking the price and you want to know when that price drops from a certain vendor or website. The rich pin of a product pin, will actually give you that real-time pricing availability and where to buy it. So that's a great feature. There's also recipe pins that include ingredients and cooking times, serving information, and everything else that you might need to get excited back cooking in the kitchen. So that is a great one. I have a lot of recipe pins on my boards, on my Pinterest boards, and I actually have them on my business site. And believe it or not, I do not have them secret. I have a couple that are secret, but most of mine are actually not secret. They're open for my business site because I've found that a lot of my target market is interested in cooking and ingredients that are natural and fresh. So it actually makes sense for me to have a board that's surrounding recipes because it's one of the interests of my target market. Even though it's not an obvious business relationship for a board to have, but it does contain things that are of interest to my target market. So it works. And then there's also movie pins. So these include, ratings and cast members and then movie reviews. So if you're interested in a movie that has just recently come out or is about to come out, this is a great way to track it on your board. Again, keep in mind though, your your business Pinterest account. So it really needs to be of interest to your target market or your ideal audience. So if your audience is ideally interested in movies, then that would be a great option to have as a board and tracking your movie pins. So these are types of rich pins, and there's a lot of them, isn't there? So because there's a lot of them, I didn't want to take the time to go through each and every one and show specific examples, but I want to give you a downloadable file. It's a PDF file with links to different boards that hold multiple rich pins of each of these types. Now, these are pins that actually the Pinterest staff members collected, which is fantastic. So you can have the opportunity to go in to each of the boards and discover each kind of rich pin that I just talked about. So don't forget to take the download and use that as a resource for you. I'll see you in the next video.